God created you for a sphere of dominion in life. Okay, we lost the dominion because of sin, but Jesus came to restore the total blessing and authority of God back into our lives so that we could have dominion. And let me just give you some examples. I said business, education, ministry, the arts, government, marriage, family, influence, authority, wealth, and all that. But let me just go to the area of business for just a minute. Because I'm just telling you something. God is raising up a group of kingdom entrepreneurs on this earth that He is blessing with favor. The Cathy family, Chick-Fil-A, if you know of Chick-Fil-A restaurants, we've had the privilege of getting to know them, and the issue of dominion is something I've heard them teach. They believe that chicken is their dominion. Now just think for a minute that you're praying and you're saying, God, what is my dominion? And a picture of a chicken comes in your head. And you're saying, no, Lord, a bar of gold is, oil, a barrel of oil. Well, that little chicken has made them into a multi-billion-dollar enterprise, and out of that enterprise, their family is wealthy, wonderful, godly family who stewards wealth like you can't believe, but they have given hundreds of millions of dollars away to Christian causes all across America and around the world. I pray that for every single one of you, that you will find your dominion. And let me tell you, that's what you were created for. And I'm saying again, it may not be to have a billion-dollar chicken franchise. God's will for you is perfect for you. But God has an area of dominion for your life. I want you to get that in your head. In your mother's womb, it's who you are. It's what you were created for. It's what God wants and what the devil fears. The devil fears you waking up one day and realizing who you really are. Realizing what God really wants to do through your life. A man, he says, because you've done this, I'm going to make you ruler over much. God's only finding out how much we can rule over. And He wants us to make our big mistakes in a little room, and when we're finished, He opens the door and puts us in a bigger room. In a bigger room. The Cathy started with one chicken restaurant, and then 2, and then 100, then 1,000. That's the way it works. This is Luke 19, then this is a cousin parable of the story we read earlier. This is about minas. Then came the first saying, Master, your mina has earned 10 minas. And he said to him, well done, good servant, because you were faithful in a very little, have authority over 10 cities. That's pretty amazing. Luke 16:10, he who is faithful in what is least is faithful also in much. And he who is unjust in what is least is also unjust in much. We have to understand God looks at what we have right now to gauge whether He's going to give us more or not. This is in Matthew 25 that we read earlier, the last verse we read. Jesus said, to everyone who has, more will be given, and he will have an abundance. But for him who does not have, even what he has will be taken away. Remember, the man that started with 5 ended up with 11. He had 5, he had 5 more, and then the master gave the one that he took away from the unrighteous steward and gave it to him. He ended up with 11. The man with 2 ended up with 4. The man with 1 ended up with 0. For to everyone who has, more will be given, and he will have an abundance. But to him who does not have, even what he has will be taken away. You say, wait. Has what? The ability to steward and take dominion. To everyone who has the ability to steward and take dominion, I'll give you more and you'll have an abundance. But from him who does not have the ability to steward and take dominion over what he has, even what you have will be taken away. What are you doing with what you have right now? Jesus said, he who is faithful with least is also faithful in much. He who is unfaithful in what is least is also unfaithful in much. Sometimes we tell ourselves the lie that just simply says, well, the reason I don't do much with what I have is it's so crummy. I don't want to take good care of it because I don't want to get attached to it. I want it to go away. But listen, if I got something better, I would be responsible with it. Here's what God says. You got a crummy car? Take care of that crummy car. And we're sitting here saying, well, it's kind of crummy. God's saying, is it very little? Yes, Lord, it's very little. He who is faithful in what is very little I'm testing your heart. I'm finding out what you can be faithful with. If you got one gas station, you take care of that one gas station, I'll give you more. You got one bakery, you take care of that one bakery, I'll give you more. If you're a first grade or kindergarten teacher and you want to be a college professor, you take care of that and I'll give you more. Is there a place in our world where anyone promotes failure? Well, why would God do it if we don't do it? Let me say this, I want to say it again. God has a dominion for you. And I really believe almost everyone I'm talking to, you already know in your heart what your dominion is. You have a dream in your heart. You have a big dream because you have a big God. And that big dream is your dominion. But it starts right here. If you'll take care of what God's giving you right now, He'll open the door.
Thank you for joining us. Experience the life-changing series You, Me, and Money on CD or DVD. Looking for your next great book? Start reading instantly with Marriage Today's ebooks, now available online. Follow your interests and get social by connecting with Jimmy and Karen and the Ministry of Marriage Today on Twitter. Marriage Today's latest book, Lifelong Love Affair, is an essential tool couples can turn to again and again for inspiration and strength. Order your copy today. Become a rock-solid partner today and equip yourself with the tools you need for a successful marriage. $14, $28, or $56 per month. Choose the partnership level that's right for you. Become a rock-solid partner today.